Hi, good afternoon, everyone. It is a it is a privilege for me to speak in front of you this afternoon to talk about one of Atomy's flagship product, which is HemoHIM G. So my name is Vina Lumapgid. I'm a sales master from London. Some of you have already heard me talk, so I'm just going to briefly introduce myself. I am a nurse educator by profession and a crazy, passionate Atomian by heart. Okay, so I'm not going to ask anymore who amongst us here have come for the first time because I've seen the hands earlier on. But what I'm going to ask is, who amongst us here have heard about HemoHIM G or have actually taken HemoHIM G? Please raise your hand. Wow, thank you very much. I have been raising my hand because I myself has been taking this functional food since 2023. I have first heard, not known, but heard of HemoHIM from a friend who ordered a box from Korea because her husband was fighting cancer. Sadly, our friend had passed away without even having taken the HemoHIM because it arrived the week that he actually passed away. And that's a very, very sad story. So the HemoHIM was left untouched in the cupboard, okay, so this was in 2022, until another friend introduced Atomy to me and my friends in 2023. One of the questions she asked was, have you heard of HemoHIM? And that's when it clicked. HemoHIM, that was the box that came from Korea for our friend who was meant to take it. So we took it out of the cupboard and realized that it wasn't expired yet, and so we started taking it, and the rest is history. Now, HemoHIM G was brought, or specifically designed, to bring HemoHIM, which is of Korean grown products or extracts, to be put on the global stage. So HemoHIM from HemoHIM G refers to blood, okay? HIM is actually an acronym. There was someone during our one-day seminar who said, is HemoHIM G only for men? Because it's him. Actually, it's not. So HIM is an acronym for H, which is hematopoiesis. Hematopoiesis, for those who work in healthcare, would know that this is the formation of blood. I is for immunity, and M is modulation or regulation, and G stands for global. So why do we need HemoHIM G? And why is it important? What have you heard? For those of you who started taking it, what did you hear about HemoHIM G when you first started taking it? Immunity, yes, that's right. So some of you, energy, thank you very much. Some of you may say it's for overall health, because that's what I'm taking it for. Immunity, yes, and it may be to fight against infection. Some of you have even heard to fight against cancer. So let me talk about HemoHIM more. Okay, so HemoHIM G is categorized as a functional food that helps boost the immune system. So what is our understanding of the immune system? We've heard about it. Immunity, immune system, what is it? So immunity has been described by the Webster Dictionary as the body's ability to resist disease, especially through preventing the body's development of pathogenic microorganisms or the entry of bacteria into our body, and by countering the effects of its products. So it stops harmful bacteria from entering into our system. Okay, so immune system, on the other hand, is actually a system. It is an innate system. It is within our body that protects our body from disease. So in reality, because it is in our body, it is our responsibility to ensure that our immune system can respond and defend our body from foreign substances. So building up a good immune system is a tough responsibility. I'm sure every one of us would agree to that. In the real world, we build our immune system by adhering to a healthy, stress-free lifestyle. So when we say healthy, stress-free lifestyle, that seems impossible to do, isn't it? Who, if I may ask, if you can be honest with me, who amongst us here do not suffer from stress at all? Even in traffic, we get stressed. Correct? When we ride public transport, we want to get to point B from point A, and we get stressed because the bus didn't come on time. We get stressed because even if we're early at work, our colleagues do not come in early, and so we end up leaving late. It's difficult to live that way. So what causes our immune system to be weak? So listed here in front of us are the main causes of low immunity. Majority of these factors are related to lifestyle habits and activities that we engage in, whether it is our choice of something beyond our control. When I say something which is our choice, I mean to say something like smoking. When we smoke, nobody had actually forced us to smoke, isn't it? It's our choice to smoke. When we take in alcohol, it is also our choice to drink alcohol. Nobody forces us, unless you're in a group and someone would say, "Oh, we won't talk to you anymore unless you take the alcohol that we serve." Most of the time, everything that we have here is actually the things that cause stress. Autoimmune disorder, lack of sleep, drugs. And when we say drugs, we don't mean just medications. Even recreational drugs affect our immune system. A good example of drugs is steroids. Some of us would have to take steroids to treat our any disease that we suffer from. So how do we know if our immune system is weak? And what are the manifestations of weakened immunity? We need to be aware of this because it is our responsibility to ensure that our immune system doesn't get weakened. Okay, so the causes of low immunity are this one, but these are the lists that we have in front. I know some of you might not be able to read it from afar, but I'll read it for you. Fatigue, tiredness, breathlessness, aching joints, frequent infections, chills, common colds, cold sores, hair loss, so many things. And amongst this is also blood disorders and respiratory tract infections. So even a common cold can turn up to become pneumonia. Okay, if our immune system is weak, that is what happens. And when frequent organ infections, this can easily lead to sepsis. You might have heard, some of you who have been aware about the NHS campaign about fighting against sepsis. Sepsis comes from when your immune system becomes weakened. We all have to ensure that we maintain a strong defense against all attacks in our body. So HemoHIM G, thanks to Atomy, is our answer to helping our body support our immune system. It has been produced to boost our body's immune system and resist infection and boost our energy. So for those of you who are already taking HemoHIM G, I'm sure you have felt this. After you take HemoHIM, you actually feel energized. After you take HemoHIM G, you feel, oh my God, I can go back to work. So sometimes some of us would bring HemoHIM G, take it during our break, and feel re-energized again. This product has been produced through careful and meticulous research by Kyrie and Colmar B&H. This is the partnership that Samantha has been talking about earlier on. And do you know that due to its popularity, HemoHIM G sold out on the very first day that it launched here in the UK. How amazing is that? Let's give a hand to HemoHIM G and Atomy. So, these are the functional raw ingredients in our HemoHIM G. So if we can see, we have Angelica sinensis, which belongs to the same family as Angelica gigas. And it promotes good circulation, helps treat anemia through active formation of the red blood cells and thrombophilic arteritis, and as well enhance immunity. The second one is Ligusticum shuanxiong, which contains antibacterial properties as well. The last but certainly not the least herbal part of this is Peonia lactifera, also a medicinal plant that contains which also contains antibacterial and analgesic properties. Imagine having all of these herbal extracts into one product, which is HemoHIM G, and that will be very, very good for you. So to give consumers assurance that HemoHIM G has been manufactured and produced at a very high standard, it has to go through what we call the Good Manufacturing Practices Certificate. It has to obtain that, or the GMP certificate. This means that it has been manufactured in a GMP certified facility, which means that the whole process has been monitored from the collection of the herbal plants or the raw materials until it is produced and distributed amongst its consumers. So the 8-step system is the breakdown of activities that HemoHIM G has to undergo before it is received by consumers. From the preliminary inspection up until the follow-up management of it. It is a stringent and meticulous process of production from raw material up to delivery. So these are the 6 quality control system certificates that the government of Korea has granted to HemoHIM G due to its strict manufacturing and quality control standards. This basically just means that we are not scammed by any means or form by having and taking HemoHIM G. So one dose recommendation for HemoHIM G, for one pocket there's 20 mils, and it is recommended to be taken twice a day. In the actual pocket, you have the nutritional values, including the functional substances in it. So our HemoHIM G is being distributed in a box of 60. So in one box, there are 10 smaller boxes which contain 6 sachets, and in total, one box will give us 60 sachets. Okay, so the big question is, who will benefit from taking HemoHIM G? So to boost the immune system, it is recommended to be taken by everyone. And because all of us go through a lot of stress, our body uses our reserves when we get stressed. We exercise and we go through a lot of responsibilities, not just personal, but also from work. We definitely need HemoHIM G to build up our immune system. Another thing that I was going to ask, Samantha had noted earlier on that a good number of Atomian members are actually healthcare professionals. When we are healthcare professionals, it is our responsibility to ensure that when we go and see our patients who already have weakened immunity, that we don't give them any kind of illness, not even a common cold. So to ensure that our body remains healthy and not weak, we need to ensure that we take HemoHIM G. So HemoHIM G is sold in our Atomy shopping mall at 93 pounds and has 73,000 PV attached to it. The 4-box set, which has become available in January, cost $350 with 292,000 PV with it. So this is me in March 2020. So for those of you who have not heard of my story, I am a COVID survivor, okay? So I was in hospital during the first wave of COVID, and I was told by the medical team that I may not survive at all. On the 6th day that I was in hospital, I was intubated. And when I was told that I was not going to make it anymore, I just thought to myself, thank God I still lived up to 49. How old was I then? 47. I lived up to 47. So I was thinking, I'm still privileged, but I didn't expect to actually survive. I wouldn't be standing here in front of you if I did not survive. I was intubated for 7 days. I was in hospital for a month, and I was ill, off work for 10 months. I could not eat. I could not walk when I came home. I was totally dependent on others to survive, to actually do my activities of daily living. It was a realization that your life can be taken away from you at any point, whether you are healthy or not healthy. If disease comes, if serious illness comes, you might die at any time. Since then, I have suffered from long COVID. Every 3 months after I was discharged from hospital, I was having a chest infection. I suffered from bacteremia. I was on constant broad spectrum antibiotic. But with HemoHIM G, I have actually survived this long period without being ill and in hospital despite everything that I have been through. And that is my testimony. Thank you very much, and good afternoon to all of you.